How do you measure 20 years?
In accomplishments?
In semesters, months, days,
or moments? Or in the relationships built
and the lives changed? It is impossible to measure the impact Dr. Charles Polk has made
on Mountain State University. He has dedicated his attention
and energy to leading others in his role
as a university president.
Dr. Polk's experiences, beginning in childhood, prepared him for the task of leading Beckley College to a new future.
Who I was, even in 1974, being a young college president, I was still a country kid from East Texas. And at my age today, I'm still a country kid from East Texas.
That country kid from East Texas learned leadership beginning at an early age, playing childhood games.
When I was a kid, we used to play something called King Off the Mountain. You get on a little hill and everybody would challenge you to try to throw you off. And so you did whatever was necessary to stay on top. To some extent, that exists in this corporate world too, where you're on the top of the mountain and everybody wants to be there too, and so there's a competition for space, and you play out the games in life.
Dr. Polk also gained valuable experience during his 16 years as the president of Daytona Beach Community College, a position he accepted at age 31 when he became the youngest college president in the country at the time.
A desire to experience private education and the challenges of turning around Beckley College motivated Dr. Polk to leave Daytona Beach for a new phase in his career.
Dr. Polk's first challenge when he arrived at Beckley College included addressing the institution's dire financial situation, reflected in the physical appearance of the campus.
It really didn't look like a college. You drive up on South Kanawha Street and there's 2.5 acres of land with a parking lot and 3 buildings, and that was Beckley College. It was very unimpressive. You really had to use your imagination to think of it as an institution of higher learning. There was really nothing there that would give you any indication that this was a college of any sort, size, or description. But I got here and it looked like it really needed a lot of work, and it was going to be a challenge. And I've been known to have a weak spot for challenges, I guess. Decided, well, that's what I'm going to do. And so I made the move, and challenge kept me here, I can say that.
In addition to the challenge, Dr. Polk sensed hope in the people of Beckley and the employees of Beckley College at the time.
The attitude, the feeling was, I think, somewhat depressing at that time, but I could see that there was enough hope for a better thing and a better life and a better way that you could capture that and do something with it. But the folks here did have, I think, a spirit about them, one that you could see, you could catch hold to, and I saw that and was able to work with it.
Dr. Polk focused on building a team of leaders. His goals included creating a sense of family and working together.
As I try to get people to understand that we're in this together, and families for the most part are in things together. And that familial kind of foundation has been a part of who I am, and in my relationship with all of my team. I try to eliminate the barriers that professionalism, for the most part, often create, and give people an opportunity to walk through that gate, walk through that door, to be a part of who I am. And in that respect, I think create a sense and a feeling that we're a family. If you think about the speeches that I make, the talks that I give, I talk about the MSU family. When I talk about my team, I talk about us being a family, a group. And I really believe that. and I think that it's accepted, and I think we tend to operate within that context.
In forming a strong team, Dr. Polk also concentrated his efforts on developing young leaders.
Thinking about my executive team, all made up of young people, and they're not necessarily young people who came from the outside and challenged us to employ them and put them into this family of characters that we have, but I saw internal to MSU young talent that I thought we could mature, that we could grow, develop, and it too could rise to the top and become leaders at Mountain State University.
Over the past 20 years, there have been many defining moments for Dr. Polk, both on a personal and professional level.
There are a lot of important moments in 20 years. Marrying Lisa Steele, who's now Lisa Steele Polk, and then having a daughter, Lauren Polk, were probably the most outstanding, significant events in my personal life during 20 years. I guess as much as anything else, the excitement of changing the name to Mountain State University probably was a signature event for me, and I think for everyone else. If I look at the foundational piece, which I think was the most important thing that gave us buoyancy and helped us to get beyond where we were, really was the funding of the library or the Learning Resource Center, which gave us, the minute it opened, a credibility that we had not had to that point.
Looking into the future of Mountain State University over the next 2 decades, Dr. Polk has a clear vision of continued growth and success for MSU.
I see nothing right now but an opportunity for growth and success for this institution. One of the things that we've tried to do during the past 20 years is develop well in the region that we're in, and we've done a good job of doing that. But to maximize our ability to achieve the goals of greatness, being dominant, being large, being impactful, has meant really that we had to transcend our regional boundaries. And we've done that by branch campusing and going online and so on. I wouldn't be surprised that in 20 years that Mountain State University has 50,000 students. We're talking about a big business. MSU already is a very dominant player in the business environment in southern West Virginia. I think in 20 years it will be a very, very dominant player in West Virginia, period. And I do expect that in those 20 years that it'll also be a national player as well.
The last 20 years of Mountain State University
have seen dramatic changes and, most importantly, dramatic successes.
Perhaps it is those successes that represent the best
form of measurement for the last 2 decades. As
President of Mountain State University, Dr. Charles H. Polk
has provided all of us with the strength to move forward,
a vision of the future to look toward, and most importantly,
the leadership to achieve all of our dreams.